Hi, welcome to the first episode of our podcast. It's called The Talks. We are the hosts. I am Victoria,
I'm Fernanda.
And I'm Gabriel.
and we're missing a fourth host that is Elena, but she couldn't be here with us right now because she's dealing with a situation involving our senior pictures. Okay, the first topic we're going to talk about is how we feel about being seniors and our experience throughout this year.
So, I have found very mixed feelings since being a senior because, of course, I'm like so excited about all the activities we've done, and I don't know, but I've felt very, very nostalgic. I don't know. I'm always like, if I'm doing like a fun activity, I'm like, oh my god, it's so fun, and then I'm like, it's the last time I'm doing it, and I am like about to cry. So I don't know.
Yes,
Have you felt that?
I can agree with you 100%. I've been feeling like that a lot because I think I'm gonna miss being in school a lot, and it's also what we've known for our whole lives. And it's also a very scary feeling thinking that we're not gonna come to school every day next year. Like we're gonna go to the university, meet new people. Like we've been friends for our whole lives. We've basically
Gabriel.
never met new people.
Gabriel,
I
have you
think
felt this?
I think that when you're younger, you don't realize this whole situation. Like the first day we came, like the last first day or last first day, it really was like a shock. You
Yeah.
couldn't, like, it was a lot of emotions that came really quickly, and like since then you don't really know how to feel because you want to make the most out of this year, but it just
It's still sad.
the feeling of leaving, it creeps up on you.
Like
So
I think it first like struck me that this was like our last year when the last seniors left school, because I was like, we really are the oldest in the school right now. We like, I don't know, like they've left. I've been like throughout all my school years with them, and now they're gone. Like next time is gonna be us. So I don't know. I felt like I literally cried. I literally cried when they left.
I also cried when they left, and they were also our friends. So it's really weird seeing them now in the university, like living a whole different experience that we're gonna be living next year.
Yeah, that's crazy to think.
but still, it's not like, what I have come to realize is that it's not like we just pop out of existence. Like, we're still going to know each other, and like some of us will go to other countries to study, and that's always like a bummer. But you always know your friends from school. You always have them, and like, you guys still talk to the seniors of last year, so it's not like they're gone. They're just not here
I
every day.
agree, but I still feel like it makes it a lot harder because maybe we can be really close and we're really close friends, but there's still a lot of people that you only talk to when you come to school, and not in a bad way. It's just
That's the
your type of
relationship.
relationship, exactly. So there probably is gonna be a lot of people that we're never gonna see again, and that's like really sad.
We started on a really negative note here about senior year, but well, the months I've had of it have been like really great. I think I've like become so much closer with all of my classmates than I've ever been on this last year, and now I'm like, why didn't I become closer with them throughout all of my high school? But I mean, it's what we have, and it's really important to like to I don't know to really appreciate this year.
And I also think we've been making the best out of it because we are a generation that loves to do activities for everything. So we like have done something every time we could. Like we've
Yeah.
celebrated everything.
And as Bitty said, we have to make the most out of it. Like, I don't see this year as as our last year and as like our last chance to be here at school, but like as our best chance to be ourselves. Because when you're like a senior, you're like the bigger fish. When you're in high school, you always feel like the older kids are going to look at you weird, and it's not like they're bad people. Like they want to do bad things. You just feel like you have to be good in their eyes and be cool in their eyes. But now being a senior, you realize you can be whoever you want to be.
I think that part of the fun of being a senior is we also get to know other generations a lot better because we lose all the embarrassment that we had before to go talk to other people in school. We don't have that anymore, so I feel like we have become closer and like got to know a lot of people that we didn't know
I really
before.
made so many friends this year. Like, I've gotten to know, like, throughout school activities like Valentine's, I've gotten to know, like, people from 10th grade and 9th grade that I'd never talked to before. But thanks to, like, I don't know, like, I'm not embarrassed to talk to them because I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember when I was in 7th grade, my sister was a senior, and like all of the seniors from that generation ate at the same table over by the synthetic fields. And when I came in recess to ask for money or to just talk to her, it was really cool to see myself like, wow, I'm really with the seniors, talking to the seniors, and I just want to give that same feeling to other people. I really don't want to make them feel like threatened or like scared for the seniors, but like to really share with them and get to know
feel
them.
like friends, like
Yeah.
family. But I remember I was so embarrassed about with older generations when I was like younger. I remember once I slipped on the stairs and an older guy caught me, and I still remember it. And when I don't know, it was so embarrassing. And he's like, "Opa!" Oh my god! I literally almost died of embarrassment that day.
I remember one time I came late to school and everyone was like already walking to their classes because when we were in 7th grade you had to go to your class. You didn't have one class. So everyone was like changing classes and I was late and I was running up the stairs and my water bottle fell, and it was like a metallic water bottle, so it fell down the stairs and it made like such a loud sound, and the seniors were coming down the stairs and I was so embarrassed because one of the seniors picked up the water bottle and gave it to me, and I was like, ah.
Do you have like any story like that, Gabriel?
As I said, when I was in 7th grade, my sister was a senior. So more than having stories about being embarrassed by the seniors, I have more of sharing with them because they called me the Natalia Sala's little brother, and they like joked with me and came up to me and talked to me. So I really don't have embarrassing stories like that. I didn't feel embarrassed for anything in 7th grade. That may be a good thing or a bad thing. I really cringe watching 7th grade me do things, but I really don't have embarrassing stories.
I think it's funny now because, like, putting yourself in the older guy's position, you don't even realize when these things happen to like younger kids. You just like, oh my god, that's cute, and you just go about your day.
Yeah,
because
like-
I can think of any situation that has happened to like a younger kid like that. Like,
It's funny.
So
And also with what Gabriel said, that he would cringe thinking about his 7th grade self, I think it's so cool, like seeing how we've evolved throughout high school years. Like I was such a different person when I was in 7th grade. My hair was different, my personality was completely different, my style was different, and then I think it's cool because we get to see how we've changed and
Yeah.
how our relationships have changed.
part of that's like, I think it's so cool, like growing up with each other, and now that we're seniors, like we're just like totally different people we've become, like with each other.
Hey,
Yeah.
look who finally came.
Elena,
Hey.
welcome.
This is Elena, our fourth host.
I'm sorry, I wasn't
Important stuff.
Sounds so old.
Okay. So, like, continuing what Fernanda was saying, like, it's so cool that we've grown up together because I remember I've had crushes on a lot of my classmates, and now they're like my best friends, and we just laugh about that. It's really funny.
Do you remember in 7th grade when you threw away the flowers I gave you in Valentine's Day?
I didn't throw them away.
I remember Gabriel has like the biggest crush on Victoria, and he made the most romantic love letter I've ever read to Victoria.
Like, literally, we were talking about that, like, with Elena's parents and my parents, like, 2 days ago about that letter that Gabriel wrote me in 7th grade.
And he asked me if he should ask Victoria to be his Valentine, and he was so nervous.
But he didn't ask me.
Like going back to the like mixing the things we're talking about, like crushes in senior year. I remember like when I was younger, like having crushes on the older kids.
Yes.
And that was like such a like they like walked through the hallway and like I almost wanted to die. I was like, oh my god.
And that was so weird for us because first it was like the really older kids. Like we had a crush on like the seniors when we were in 7th grade.
The 10th
And then
graders.
we were like, there's also that stage in high school where you really want to go out with the older guys, and then we became friends with the older guys, so it was like a weird transition.
I remember.
And it was so cool. Sorry, it was so cool because we were like hanging out with the like when we were 7th graders, we were hanging out with 8th graders, and we were so nervous to go to their houses and to go to parties with them. And now and last year we went to the beach with them, and like it's so weird to
think like the ones you were like so embarrassed with, like I don't know.
Yeah.
How, did you have like a crush on anyone when you were in 7th grade?
When we were in 7th grade, me and my friend group, there were five of us, and there was a group of the popular girls in 10th grade, and there were 5 of them. So each one of those of us had a crush on each one of them.
You picked one. Each of you like.
Yeah, like we talked about
did
it,
that
and we were like,
too.
I like this one, and like I remember one time we were going down the stairs to music, and I was walking down the stairs, and those 10th graders, they sat on the table next to on the lobby next to the stairs. They were like working on something, and I turned to see if the one I liked was there, and I felt like the complete flight of stairs. I went. And they all looked back at me, and the only thing I could do was pick myself up and walk slowly to music class, looking down. And I like that. I previously said that I didn't have any embarrassing story, but that has been one of the worst experiences of my life.
I think that's like so weird because when we were like in 7th or 8th grade, we thought that everyone was looking at us and that every move we made was going to be like so important in our life decisions, and it's not. Like no one's watching you, no one cares what you're doing. Now we are like making a show out of everything, and we don't care about anything.
We just talked about that, how we like when you get older you realize that no one's really like
Looking at you.
and you think everyone's looking at you when you're younger.
And that seniors don't have any bad intentions for you. They never want to bully you or anything. They want to be your friends.
Like Gabriel said, like about how their friends, like each of them picked like an older girl. I remember like when we were in 7th grade, we did that too. I remember it was like.
And then we'd fight. Like we'd literally fight over guys we didn't even talk to. Like we were actually gonna have something with them. Like no.
Yeah. They didn't even know what our names were, and we were like fighting
And we
over
were
them.
fighting over them like, no, I want this one.
And no, I asked for him
mine.
It was
first.
so weird.
So weird.
But I think that's so cool. Like that's part of like the high school experience, and every year like the experience is like changing. You have like different things that need to happen to you every year, and
Well, I think on another note, changing the subject, I don't know if any of you want to say anything.
no,
Well,
go ahead.
I think another thing that is really interesting that changes over the years is the place where you eat at
Yeah.
recess.
Completely.
When I was in 7th grade, we ate all of the guys in the generation. We ate at the soccer field because they played Mundialito. They just made shots on goals. It was everyone against everyone. And I didn't play football. I have been really bad at soccer my entire life. I until last year I like learned to play, but in 7th grade I didn't play because I was really bad and I was really unathletic. So I sat next to the soccer post. And I remember one day I was sitting, I was playing on an iPad or something, and one of our classmates kicked the ball to make a shot on goal, and it hit me directly on the face. And because I was leaning against a tree, the ball hit me. My face, the back of my head hit the tree, and then the ball hit the iPad and threw it.
I remember
forward.
on 7th grade, we also we started eating, but it wasn't like elementary school tables. So a teacher kicked us out of the tables. It wasn't even older guys. He told us I'm sorry guys, but you can't eat here.
And we were dying because we didn't know where to eat. All the tables were taken.
And we were so afraid to take a table from older kids. So We really didn't know where to eat.
And then we ate like 20 people on one single table. It was like
And in rain days we had to go to the gym to eat. And then when we were going back to the class, like the whole floor was flooded, so we couldn't get early, and we were like the teacher.
We got yelled at so bad, but we literally couldn't get through. There was like
A flood.
a flood all over school. That was the end of our first episode of the podcast. We hope you got to know us a little bit better, hearing our stories throughout our high school years. And we are really excited to continue making episodes.
thank you. Bye.
Bye.